everyone. Excuse me. It's Tammy from Frou-frou Studio, and it's time for our weekly Margarete Miller challenge, and we are on week 18. For those of you that are new and may not be familiar with what's going on, Margarete Miller has a collage weekly assignment where she has done 52 weeks of prompts for you to create a collage using the prompts that she gives you. And you can purchase these prompts on her Etsy site, which is Mellow Miller, and she has them available in a planner if you want to have an actual 52-week planner. You can purchase them as a downloadable planner that you can print off and bind yourself or put in an altar book or whatever. Or you can purchase just the prompts. And that's what I've done. And I am using just a regular old sketchbook that is 9.5 by 6 to put mine in. And as you can see, I have done all the previous prompts in this book, and there are videos for each one of these, and there is a playlist where you can find them. And we are on week 18. This was last week's, which was 17, and so we are on 18, and I believe I'm going to go this way this time. I believe. I may change my mind. I have been known to do so once I start laying everything out. And today we're going to the Derby. Since the Derby is this weekend, we're going to do a little ode to the Derby. Alright, let me move some stuff over so that I can scoot this book up a little bit. Make sure that you guys have a good view. All my glues are right there at the top of my table there. There we go. I believe we're good there. Hope everybody is having a good week. It has been a good week for me so far. It's very warm here today. It's about 80. And so we went from being cold to being in the 80s. And so it's pretty warm. Okay, let's get started here. As I said, we're on week 18. And this one, it says, find a special photo that can serve as a focus of your collage. Look for additional papers that can enhance what you see in the photo. So for my photo, as I about knocked that in the floor, I have this picture of these jockeys, and this is a group of jockeys in New York City in the around 1890. So although this isn't from the Derby, I love this picture, and this actually came out of a race program from horse races that we went to in Keelan in Kentucky. So that's where I got that. And then for my other pieces to enhance, I have a page of the actual race forms, you know, that gives you the different races and who's racing in it and all their previous times and all that kind of good stuff. And I don't know anything about horse racing. When I go, I make a $2 bet on whatever horse is the prettiest, and I think I have been just as lucky as other people by doing that. I am no means a gambler, and you know, don't know a thing about looking at these sheets and trying to figure out who's going to win. My husband's pretty good at it, but we mainly just go for the fun. It's a fun day. It's usually really good weather, and you just sit outside and watch all the races. And like I said, you can make, you know, the minimum bet's like $2, and you can go and bet $2 on a race, just so you have, you know, something to cheer for. And it's a lot of fun. I've not ever been to the Derby. Tickets are outrageous for that. I would like to go someday, but I'm gonna have to win the lottery or win one of these little races first before I can afford to go to the Derby. But we do watch it on TV though, and we just kind of, you know, bet between each other who we think might win. And a lot of hype and a lot of stuff going on for a race that takes a couple minutes, but it's still fun. Okay, just wanted to get those edges off. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. The rest of the stuff that I pulled out is actually a paper pack from Graphic 45 called Off to the Races, and I just have some little scrap pieces left from making journals and journal cards and things like that from that paper. And so I'm gonna, you know, use those. And then I've got a couple of tickets here just to kind of see what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna put down this paper in the back first, I think, and just kind of have it as my background, and then go from there. If I can get my tear ruler turned around the right way. It could be just a tad shorter. Take this off the top since I've already kind of ripped it. Okay, so we're going to start with that. And then see where we go. I'll grab my glue book. Sorry if I'm reaching across the camera. Okay. And I see everything but my glue stick. You know, that would be something that you would think I would make sure that I had before I started this. Okay, give me just 1 second. I know where it is, I believe. Sorry about that. I had taken some stuff downstairs to watch TV and do some stuff, and left my glue in the bag. I forgot I did it. Okay, now we're good. I was trying to finish getting my Alaska journal done so it'd be ready to go with me so I could start putting stuff in it when I started my trip. It's not long now. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, and you notice I did not ink this piece, and that's because it is my, you know, very, very back layer, and so I'm not really worried about making it stand out. You know, the rest of the pieces, you know, I will ink, of course. One side to side. I mean, we got to have some roses, right? Some run for the roses. Let's see. I like this piece with the trophies on it too. Let's rip that down a little bit. Like I said, this is a Graphics 45 kit. It's a really cute little kit. It's from a few years ago, so I'm not positive that it's still out there for you to find. But it's a really vintage looking racetrack, you know, kind of papers. So I thought it would look good with these, with this black and white photo. Alright, so if we do maybe something like that. Then this one, oh, that one's got some roses on it. Underneath this. So what have you guys been working on? Have you been doing journals or tags, journal cards? Been doing a little bit of everything. This weekend's video will be working on Amy with Crafty Cats Slime Team project that we did the cover for. We'll be moving on to the next phase of that. I'm going to off-center that just a little bit, I think. I don't even know how much of that background paper will be left when we get done. See, this says off to the races. I like that. And we've got old Dan here that we can use. We also have these little stamps. We have that one. This one's more like a riding horse than a race horse, like for fox hunting or something. And then I fussy cut these, and I'm going to try every piece, you notice, right? Till I figure out what I'm doing here. And then I've also got this little scrap. I might take that part that says Kentucky Derby. Use it. Whoops. Yeah, I like the idea of using that because it says 1875 and that's around 1890, so we're at least kind of in the same ballpark. And just grungy it up a little bit. I'm using walnut stain for that. I think I'll put that right there. I really want to cover up where that green. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter, but maybe I should. I feel like I need something else dark. Sorry, guys. I can't decide what I want to do. Didn't have an opportunity to think about this one ahead of time too much. When I was getting everything together, my daughter called, and so I was talking to her and trying to get everything together, and okay, maybe that isn't working at all. Maybe that's the problem. I'm gonna just take that whole thing out of the equation. I was wanting to get her in there though, because she has a big hat on. Can't go to the Derby without a hat. Okay, I think I got an idea, but the first thing I want to do is make this where it's not so white. So I'm going to take my antique linen and just kind of go over it with my inker. and blend, so it'll blend more into the background and not be so stark white. Okay, that's better. There's a little bit more black. Okay, so let me ink this. We're going to use some of these tickets and these little stamps, and I also have these stamps that we can use if we need to. So we'll keep them on the standby. And then these little cards, like I said, they're more riding horse stuff, so we won't use those. Okay, let's start gluing some stuff down so we can figure out what we're doing here. So I want to put this Life of a Racehorse little piece up here. Do I want to move my so I'm going to move my focal point up and a little bit off center. To me, I prefer focal points to be not necessarily right in the middle of the page. You kind of want to divide your page when you're putting these things together into thirds and kind of lay everything out so that it, you know, it's not directly here. You're going to catch more attention if you move it one way or the other, so that it's not right in the center. That's my opinion anyway. Wonder, I'm going to fussy cut around this just really loosely and see if that makes a difference as far as, because I really like to use it, but I don't like how square it looks. I'm not doing anything spectacular with this. Just trying to get it to where it's not so square. And I might even take another little piece of this and put behind it. Yeah, like that. Except we're going to put some antique linen on it. as well. Now this one I am going to ink because it's not in the background. It's on the next layer up. I'm also going to ink around this piece. And I'm also going to I want these tickets or these tickets. I think I like the big ones there. So let's glue down part of this. I'm going to glue down one side of it so I can get it into place. And I'm leaving this side up in case I want to stick something underneath on that side. Okay, and then we're going to put our little racing form here. And then our tickets. Put those numbers upside right. Do you all say upside right or right side up? I tease my husband all the time because he is from up north and they have very different words for things than we do. Maybe that is the place. Of course, they'll be sideways. So maybe that is the place where I want to do a little bit of the... Ooh, there's some dark. Let's try that. And things can be very misinterpreted what you mean if your words are different. I'm kind of going through that at work a little bit because part of my job is to make sure that our accounts are classified correctly, you know, if they're a convenience store or grocery store or whatever. Well, you know, I'm in the South and we have a lot of locations that are considered, they're named markets. But basically they're nothing more than a convenience store that has, you know, gas and chips and stuff like that. But here we call them markets. Well, the company that takes our information and you know, swishes it all around and makes it available to our suppliers, they see the word market and they classify those accounts as grocery stores, small grocery stores. And so I actually had a conversation with the guy earlier this week that said, you know, and I said, you know, market is a term that we use here a lot, but basically it's just a convenience store. And, you know, come to find out, his headquarters and the people that are checking the data that I send, they're in Vermont. And he was like, you're absolutely right. Here, a market is a grocery store, and they've seen the word market and automatically assumed that it's a grocery store and not a convenience store. So, yeah, I'm sure that was totally boring for you guys to listen to. But my point being that different words can mean different things in different parts of the country. Okay, now let's figure out this other side over here. I'm pretty happy with this side. Now let's see what we got going on over here to kind of balance this out. Somehow I want to try to get these flowers in here, and I really wish that I had one of those big old wreaths that they put on the horses when they win, but I don't. I can't really make these flowers fit in like I want them to either. Okay, let's see. Maybe now I can put my, no, still, it would have to be out here, which I don't mind that much. Then I'll need something black right here, I feel like, but we could do that, I believe. Let me see what else I have before I make a harsh decision here. Shouldn't be struggling this much, guys. Is this piece longer? I don't think that's going to really matter. Alright, what did I do with... Oh, this is driving me crazy, guys. Sorry if you can hear my necklace clanking on my glass mat. I came right up after work, and I still have on my work clothes, which is always dangerous to be in the craft room near anything that I can get on me, because I will. Without a doubt. All I'm doing here is I'm just taking some little strips of that racing form and tearing them off and inking them up, and I'm using them to tie into these other collage pieces so that they don't seem so disconnected. Okay, so I do believe that I want, maybe my problem is that I'm trying to keep that too much of a whole piece. Yeah, that's better. Now what if I take this and do that, and then take this and do this? Or do we want that longer piece? Or did I tear up that longer piece? No, here's the longer piece. Sorry if I'm mumbling. Just trying to think out loud a little bit. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You know what? I'm going to cut this little thing off. It's getting on my nerves. It's just like a little bud. It's really getting on my nerves. I'm going to put this here. I just can't quite figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to put this down on the actual page so that I'm not messing up my picture. And then I'm going to use our glitter on the back of the rose. I don't know if you saw that, but I knocked my Kentucky Derby sign in the floor. Go figure. Okay. It's gonna go right here. I'm going to use art glitter on it since I'm going over several layers of stuff. And then to fix this little harsh line right here, I'm going to take another piece of the racing form. I'd be able to get that underneath. There we go. Okay. I think I'm pretty happy with that. All right, and I've got my number here. But I did not bring a acrylic block, of course. So we're gonna, where do I even want to put this? I've got an 18 right there. You know what? I'm not gonna put it. I'm just gonna take a marker and draw a circle around that 18. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I've got these little stamps. I could use a couple of those. Oh, I've got these too. Let's put those up there. Okay. And I believe the only other thing that I would like to do is a couple of stamps. Oh, I've got this. Like that. Let's put that right there. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. I do want to go get a postmark stamp here real quick. So as Gail says, talks amongst yourself. Just a moment and I'll be right back. Okay, I got a little postmark looking thing without ink. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay, we're really ready this time, I think. Except that's not going to stamp because it's too far down. Okay, and then I got these little polka dots because they remind me of the jerseys that the jockeys wear with the little polka dots and the little harlequin prints and stuff like that. And I'm going to see what this looks like before I actually put it on the paper. I like that, but I think I'm going to do it second generation so that it's not so bold. Okay, pretty happy with that. Hope you guys like that. And like I said, that paper pack is from Graphics 45 or Graphic 45, and it's called Off to the Races. And the one I had was just the smaller pack. I didn't have the 12 by 12. And I was going to show you the cover, and I have no idea what I did with that either. So, it's been a day of total, here it is, total disorganization for me, and I apologize for that. Off to the races. And it's a beautiful pack. This particular page is beautiful. So, and as you can see, all I have is little scrappy pieces left. I don't have hardly any left at all, but I love it. So what I do have left, I am hoarding. So it was kind of fun to use it in this collage, since this collage book will be mine, so I can kind of have some of it to keep forever. So I hope you guys like that. And like I said, this weekend we'll be working on Amy's guest design team project with her ribbit and croaked digital papers. If you haven't checked those out, you definitely need to. And I hope that you'll join me and journal along with me this weekend. Until then, have a great rest of the week. Bye.